Hi, this is Priscilla with CrossFit 1088 and welcome to part 3 of our 7-part kettlebell series, where I walk you through different kettlebell exercises that you can incorporate to make your workouts more effective. Today's exercise is the kettlebell swing, and it's something that we use quite a bit here at our gym. It's a full body movement and something that you can put pretty much in any workout. There are a couple things that I want you to consider before you dive into this movement. The first is that this movement is an explode and a relax movement. Explode and relax. Versus a steady state controlled movement. So when you are pushing or exploding that kettlebell up to the ceiling, you're going to be using the power of your hips to do a lot of the work for you, and then your shoulders will finish the movement over your head instead of just using your arms. The second thing that I want you to consider, as we've considered in each of the movements, is your weight and what kind of weight you want to use for this. Typically, ladies are working up to 35 pounds on their kettlebell. You can do more than that for sure, but here at the gym, that's our standard. Guys typically use 55 pounds. If they're feeling really good or they're just super strong, you can use 70-pound kettlebell and work from there. However, when you're first starting, if you've never done this movement or you're unsure about it, you want to use a weight that allows you to still feel like your muscles are being worked without compromising your posture. So when I demonstrate this and I turn to my side, you're going to see how straight my upper body is. You want to make sure that yours is staying the same and that it's not rounding, nor is that kettlebell getting away from you and really forcing you to round your shoulders. Let that be your guide, and then obviously the intensity and how high your heart rate is getting as being another guide to decide what kind of weight you want to use. So let's get into the setup for the kettlebell swing. I'm going to be wide with my feet, and that kettlebell is going to be right here in the middle. I'm going to stand up with the kettlebell and start from here. It starts with the swing back, then explodes to the top, relaxing on the way down, and then exploding back down to the top. So I want to point out that my finish is here at the top, where my ear and my arm are right by each other. Now, if you have shoulder issues and the shoulder doesn't go up, I'm going to recommend that you do a Russian swing, which is simply bringing it here to the height or the parallel height of the shoulder. Otherwise, you're going to be bringing that kettlebell all the way to the top. And if you noted, my kettlebell stayed straight up. It didn't flop to the back and hit my arm. You want to make sure that yours is doing the same, that it's staying straight up, or maybe even a little bit in front is fine too. So your core is staying strong here, and it's prohibiting your arms to go back and allow you to be extended, and it's holding you in this neutral position. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this movement from the side, and I want you to notice how high my kettlebell is staying in my legs. So it's staying at my knees or above. It's not dropping really low toward my calves or toward my ankle, and that my butt is kicking back, just like in the first movement we did back in part 1. You'll notice in that deadlift, you hinge forward. The same is true for the kettlebell swing. You're going to be hinging forward and then going and exploding up to that upright movement. From the side, and when you're finished with that last rep of your kettlebell, and you're up here, I do want you to let it swing through and then put it to the floor and then stand up. And that way you're not trying to stop that kettlebell mid-swing or put any undue pressure on your spine. You're just letting it swing naturally, let it go on the floor, and then simply stand up. So that is the kettlebell swing. Feel free to put those into your workouts for this week. Make a comment below. Let us know how they're affecting your workouts, how affecting the intensity of your workout. And stay tuned next week where we have a new movement for you to incorporate.